Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your love reading. This is a general love reading looking at the energy around your love life as we move into this Valentine's season. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. So, starting off, there's a very strong sense that things are changing whether you plan for them to or not. The energy around love feels like it's been moving behind the scenes, almost like a turning point that's bigger than one single conversation or decision. Sometimes this kind of shift feels exciting, and sometimes it feels unsettling, especially if you prefer stability and emotional predictability. But what's coming through strongly is that the direction of your love life isn't random right now. It's responding to choices that have already been made, patterns that have already played out, and truths that can't be ignored anymore. Now, at the same time, there's hesitation. There's a feeling of standing at an emotional crossroads and not wanting to fully look at what's in front of you. This can show up as avoiding a difficult conversation, putting off a decision, or even telling yourself you need more time when deep down you already know what feels right. It's not confusion as much as it is emotional protection. Sometimes it feels easier not to choose because choosing means accepting the consequences that follow. There's also an energy around instability when it comes to reliability. Someone may not be showing up the way that they once did, or the connection doesn't feel as secure as it used to be. This can look like inconsistency in effort, financial stress impacting the relationship, or even simply someone not taking the responsibility in the way you hoped they would. If you've been trying to build something solid, you may feel like you're the one holding the structure together while the other person pulls back or becomes less dependable. Emotionally, there's disappointment tied to romantic expectations. There may have been promises, gestures, or words that felt meaningful at the time but didn't translate into long-term action. This doesn't necessarily mean someone is malicious, but it does suggest emotional immaturity or avoidance. When words and actions don't align, it creates a subtle erosion of trust, and over time, that inconsistency becomes harder to overlook. What's interesting is that despite this, there's a strong independence growing. You may be remembering your own values and what you bring to the table. Instead of defining yourself through a relationship, there's an awareness that you are whole on your own. This isn't isolation, it's self-respect. It's recognizing that your happiness cannot rely entirely on someone else's consistency. When you stand firmly in your own worth, it changes how you approach love altogether. There's also a release happening around control and attachment. If you've been holding tightly to a specific outcome, a specific person, or a specific version of how things should look, that grip is loosening. Sometimes letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that what's meant for you doesn't require force. Releasing attachment can feel scary, especially if security matters deeply to you, but it also creates space for healthier dynamics. An imbalance in giving and receiving becomes very clear here. If you've been the one giving more time, more emotional labor, or more understanding, that realization may hit strongly. Love should not feel like a constant transaction where one person overextends to keep things stable. When effort isn't mutual, resentment builds quietly, and a shift towards fairness is necessary, even if it requires uncomfortable honesty. What changes the energy significantly is communication speeding up. Conversations that have been delayed may suddenly happen, and someone may reach out, express something they've been holding in, or attempt to move things forward quickly. This can feel refreshing after a period of stagnation. However, fast communication doesn't automatically fix deeper imbalances. It brings clarity, but clarity must be followed by consistent action. Valentine's season may bring an unexpected turning point. Not necessarily dramatic, but it's meaningful. It could be the moment you decide to stop waiting for someone to change. It could be the moment someone realizes that they need to step up, or it could be simply the realization that your life continues moving forward regardless of who walks beside you. There's growth here, even if it doesn't look like a fairy tale. The changes unfolding are pushing you towards healthier standards and stronger boundaries. Love that feels unstable now may either correct itself through equal effort or fade naturally if it can't rise to meet you. The biggest theme is alignment. When love aligns with your values, your stability, and your self-worth, it flows. When it doesn't, life has a way of redirecting you. This season isn't about forcing answers, it's about allowing truth to surface and responding with maturity. So that's what I'm getting for Cancer. If this resonated for you, please let me know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe. See you next time.